The only explanation for this is supernatural, above nature. That would be God, your creator, doing something very unusual, very extraordinary. And what do we call it when God does something extraordinary that defies the laws of nature? That's a miracle. That's a miracle. Wait, someone says. Wait right there, preacher man. You're not asking me to believe in miracles, are you? People have problems with miracles. They say, wait a minute, that's fairy tale stuff, that's mythology. I don't want to believe mythology. Well, let me tell you, I don't want to believe mythology either. And if it's not based on sound reasoning and evidence, I don't want to believe it. Unfortunately, the Bible is based on that kind of thing. But what happens is people aren't necessarily doubting miracles. What they're really doubting sometimes is that God exists. Do you see that? So they say, I don't believe in miracles, but if you ask them and if you dig down a little bit, what you find is miracles isn't really the issue. The issue is there a God? You see, if there is a God who made the universe, who created and sustains the laws that we see in nature, then certainly He has the power to put the pause button on those and do something extraordinary for His own purposes, wouldn't He? See, that's logical. Now, I'm not saying you have to believe it, but I'm saying it's logical that if there is a God, He has the power to do that. So for some, the deeper issue is whether or not God exists. And as I said, as a former atheist, this is very important to me. But you have in front of you, I'm not going to go through the arguments for God's existence, but what we have given you in your little bag there is designed to help you see that there are logical, reasonable arguments that God is real. So if you look in your black book there, chapter 2 is the basics of God. I have a whole chapter on God. And that was my favorite chapter to write because of where I come from. And on page 26, that book has little inset articles. On page 26, there's an article called How Do We Know God Exists? So you have the answers to those questions if you want to look into them.